Hello everyone, here I have the TStak from DeWalt, and today I'm going to be outlining the pros and cons of the system, in which I've found from my personal experience of having it for the last year now. I've been using my TStak on site. I work in electrical work as an apprentice, so I've been taking it onto many sites, hospitals, schools, different places. And on the whole, I found it very handy, but I would like to run through the good things and the bad things. My first pro with the TStak would definitely be the price. Compared to its competitors such as the Milwaukee Packout and the DeWalt Tough System and the various other ones and Stanley DeWalt, the price is very good because for what you get for your money, you pay about £100 to £120 for the trolley, and then you pay about £20 to £40 per box, which compared to the Packout, it's very, very much cheaper. The next thing I like about the TStak is the variety to the range. There's all types of boxes, drawers and organisers you can get. What I like is you can get bigger boxes, smaller boxes, you can get a fixing tray organiser, and you can get two types of drawers of it. You can either get a big drawer or two smaller drawers. So you do have a variety, and you can also put a radio on the TStak. So yeah, I like how you can choose and customise your system. Adding on to the pro of how many products there are in the range, one of my favourite products in the TStak range would definitely be the drawers. I have the big drawer here, which is my fixing tray in. I have a load of boxes full of screws, washers, everything in here. But these drawers are great because they cost about £30 each or £40 maximum, and they're just brilliant because when you lock it, it won't open unless you press the back of the drawer, and then it just opens like that. And in general, I love it how you can just stack loads of them on top of each other, and it's a lot easier because you don't have to take the whole thing apart and take all the boxes off to get into the drawers. The next pro I have is the fact that the trolley has 4 wheels on rather than 2 at the back, so it makes it a lot easier to just move it along. You can just push it around everywhere when you're in a flat ground, rather than having to pull it back on the 2 back wheels. It's a lot easier, and that means you can carry a lot more weight in it because you can just push it along, rather than having to pull it back and everything, and then all the boxes might fall off. Next pro to the TStak is how the trolley folds and how you can store or transport your load in smaller volumes rather than carrying it all together. You can split all the boxes up individually and you can reduce the trolley size. So look here, you press this button on here, brings the handle down, and then if you pull that down there, that's what the trolley reduces into. So it's a lot easier to store that in your car when you're taking it round, or in the house, or anywhere really, rather than having it upright. So that's a brilliant feature, how you can reduce it down to that small size. Another thing that I like about the TStak compared to the Packout and Tough system is the fact that, one, it has the 4 wheels as I said before, and 2, it's not as wide. It's not too wide. Like with the Packout and the Tough system, sometimes they're a bit wide and they can't get through tighter spaces. But with the TStak, it's nice and slim, so it can get through doors, or if you've got a cluttered room, it's a lot easier to get it through. The last thing I'd like to say about having a system like this in general to store your tools in is it brings professionalism to yourself as a tradesman, I'd say. Just in my opinion, I feel like if you came into a client or customer's house or office or place, it looks a lot more professional and neater and better having one of these than having multiple toolboxes, tool bags, and not as organised. I feel like they're very organised, keeping everything in one stack. Yeah, it might be just my opinion, but I do prefer it generally. Moving on now to the cons of the TStak. Now, there's not as many cons to pros, nowhere near. It's just 1 or 2 things which I have found to be downsides to the TStak compared to other systems. The only thing I can really say which is bad is the durability. It's not the strongest, especially the clips on the sides. These clips here, they're very weak really. They're made out of plastic and they're easily breakable. As you can see here, one of them, the end of the clip broke off and snapped off, and yeah, I might be able to try and order another one to get it replaced, but it's not what you want. Like on the tough system or the pack out, you've got like stronger reinforced ones. But saying that though, some of the boxes, they do have reinforced clips on them. Like these ones have a piece of metal through them, and these ones are a lot better. But the plastic ones, it's just the biggest con in my opinion. Another thing which I've heard for a downside of the system is the durability of the wheels. I haven't actually experienced this myself, but people have said mainly the front two wheels, and rarely sometimes I've heard one person say about the back wheels, that sometimes when they've been rolling the trolley around, the wheels have just broke or fell off, or like, yeah, unexpectedly. So that's one more thing to consider. Obviously you've got to watch the terrain which you wheel the front wheels around in. You're only supposed to put it on the four wheels and you're indoors. If you're outside, then you should be wheeling it on the back too. But I haven't actually experienced that myself, but that's one other thing which I've heard. And lastly, it's to do with the waterproof of the boxes. They're not actually waterproof, and I don't actually need this feature myself because I don't take it outside. I only use it indoors, but they're not waterproof. So if you want a waterproof system and you work outside, go for the pack out, because that one is waterproof. But the TStak, as far as I'm aware, it's not waterproof and water can leak through the boxes. So yeah. In conclusion, if you're looking to buy the TStak, I definitely recommend it, because on the whole, the pros outweigh the cons. Just everything from the price of it to what you get for your money, and yeah, the selection of boxes. I'd say that most things about it are brilliant, just the durability. And if you're like myself and you work on sites and you don't carry a lot around with you and you don't rag it around too much, it's fine really. And the waterproof element, if you work outside, then in the rain I suppose you want maybe waterproof boxes, which then you can go for the pack out. But on the whole, I definitely recommend the TStak, and thank you very much for watching the video. If it was helpful, please drop a like and subscribe, and there'll be more videos like this one in the future. Goodbye.